and it's called social disobedience.
All right, so this is Becky Vargo from the Grand Haven Tribune. I'm down at the Grand Haven State Park prior to the Beach Bash protest picnic. Anybody driving by, there's a lot of cars driving by, long lineup coming from town. There's people with signs protesting. It's almost more, at least out here on the street, it appears to be more of a Trump rally than a Open the Beach protest. But I guess that's what it's all about here. We got people watching. It's early, it's supposed to start at 3:30. So we're just going to show you a little bit here. And then we're going to go, looks like they're setting up some stuff back farther in the parking lot. And so we will go back there. There's a bunch of people dancing. Going to go across the street. Climb over the sand here. Looks like back here is where they're setting up their picnic. Most of the attention's going to be on the Trump float at the road where everybody's parking or driving by. There's people driving up the hill with, you know, the usual flags on their big trucks. And it is a beautiful day at the beach. Can't blame anybody for wanting to be here. A little breezy. Yeah, shorts and a sweatshirt. Or pants and a long sleeve shirt. There are police over by the entrance, DNR, and looks like city cops over at by the park entrance. Well, behind me they're advertising, handing out Trump 2020 stickers. So right now we're in the early stages of the protest. Brandon Hall, former Grand Haven resident, political activist, organized this protest after they shut down the parking lots to the public after there was some disruption here. And his complaint was that people couldn't get in here to see the sunset, especially the elderly people. I'm trying to find Brandon right here to see if he can talk to us a little bit about what's going on. Hey, Brandon.
Are you live?
I'm live. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Well, we got the Beach Bash is starting. We're expecting a great crowd. Yeah, we got tons of beach games, water.
What kind of games?
We got deep fried Oreos. We got the Trump Bridge. Yeah, it's gonna be great. We got a flyover coming at 3:30 and 5 from a plane.
So what's the main purpose of this?
Well, if you look over here, if you move your camera over here, the parking lot shut down, which is ridiculous. Not stopping anybody. The only people that heard me shut the parking lot down are the elderly and vulnerable. So, yep. So what are the police doing? Okay. Well, we'll check. I don't know. Something with the police. The police have been wonderful. So, but yeah, we're down here 3:30 to 6:30. Come on down. Free burgers, free dogs, snacks. Very family friendly.
My understanding was you're protesting that the parking lot's closed.
And we have a tremendous victory, so they just announced last night that next week they're going to reopen the parking lot, and that's no doubt due to our protest.
Okay, but that was the main point of the protest, right?
Absolutely, you'll never shut us down from using our
What about the Trump gear, the big Trump float, the stuff like this?
If you're a Joe Biden voter, we welcome you. Come on down. This is Trump voters, Biden voters, Justin Amash voters, you know, Vermin Supreme voters. It doesn't matter who you're voting for. Come on down. And we certainly welcome Trump supporters.
Do you expect any trouble with anybody with guns and stuff?
No, I mean, people certainly might practice their Second Amendment rights, but this isn't this is about reopening the park, and this is about just Grand Haven being what it should be. And it's great. It's busy. If you go down to the pier, down to Pronto Pub. It's just packed down here. It's what Grand Haven should look like.
Okay, all right. So you feel like you're expecting a lot of people to come to this part of the event?
Absolutely. So, yep, we hundreds at least. So I don't like to give numbers, but we'll definitely have
You've had a lot of good response?
Absolutely.
Okay, and then, okay.
And a lot of things is, so people have to walk and park here. So, like, getting here is a challenge. So, but people are doing it. We see, you see signs. People, people are coming down.
Some flags. I see.
It's a family-friendly event. We won't tolerate any BS. Anyone who comes down here with BS will be kicked out immediately.
I see. There's quite a few people in the playground area that's roped off and closed.
I don't know if that has anything to do with us, not. But I love that. That's awesome. I think that's great.
That they're in there.
Crime scene. This isn't Grand Haven.
I hope it's not a crime scene.
Well, it looks like one, though. That's how they made it look, It's disgusting.
Well, I hope it doesn't turn into one.
No, absolutely not. The police have been wonderful, and we have a security team.
And you got a permit to do this?
Nope.
No, you didn't?
No, I discussed it with the director of the park, Andrew, and it just didn't work out. But my permit was issued in 1787. It's called the First Amendment. So, and if the parking lot's not closed, how's the permit office up? I don't agree with that.
Okay, so
but the health department will fine me $500.
Okay, and I saw on Facebook you were planning to fight that?
Yep, we'll take it in court. We'll see what someone like Judge Van Allsburg has to say. I've already got an attorney, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so tell us, what do you do, Brandon? What is your job, or what do you do? I mean, everybody knows you're a political activist, that you edit the West Michigan.
I do research for companies and anybody who wants research done, extensive research, deep research. I go and find the things from 20, 30 years ago, that type of stuff.
Okay.
And I've been very blessed and very successful with it.
Okay. A lot of people ask about your background, that you've had a couple issues with the courts, a school fundraiser.
Most people have had some issues.
Yeah, I imagine
Mine
a lot
were
of
a little
people
more
have.
high profile.
Yeah, and the election forgery one, when you're working in a political field.
Yeah, when I was 21. Most people when they were 21, God knows what they were doing. But I was a big nerd and made some mistakes, listened to Chris Hotelling and some election forgery, which I fully take responsibility for. The first case was total BS, and that's a joke, but that's our story. But yeah, I mean, C.S. Lewis said experience is a brutal teacher, but you learn, and I'm not going to sit in a corner for mistakes I made 10 years ago. It's ridiculous.
All right. Well, thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, thank you, Becky. And yeah, come on down, 3:30 to 6:30. Family friendly, it's great. This is what Grand Haven should be.
Thank you. Okay, that was Brandon Hall, the organizer of this event. This is a protest that he billed as protesting the closure of the beach parking lot here at the Grand Haven State Park. And you see the playground is closed here, but obviously people are paying no attention to it. They say, the reason for the playground being closed is not to spread any virus, but they're ignoring that. Police are here. They're walking around. The DNR officers are here walking around. My understanding is that, they're just going to be here in case something happens. There's nothing, as my understanding is that they're planning to stop. If people block traffic, that could be one thing, if there's any assault things. As you said, Brandon said this was supposed to be a family-friendly event. So far it's pretty quiet. It's pretty early. It's supposed to go from 3:30 to 6:30. And you can see back in the background there, I've got DNR officers, I've got Grand Haven City Police just strolling around, and you'll notice that they are all wearing masks. Nobody involved in the Trump float up by the street or the beach party here is wearing masks that I can see. Social distancing, looks like they're somewhat spread apart. Not up by the Trump float. They're not spread apart by the Trump float. But here on the beach, they're in their groups. Looks like maybe in their family groups. But there's, as you can see, not a ton of people over here at the beach, at the picnic part of it yet. We'll just take a quick stroll down by the water, and So you can at least, if you don't want to get stuck in the traffic that's driving by to see what's going on, I can show you what it looks like down here. They're dredging down here. They're dredging the channel and putting it onto the beach. Stopped by here earlier to check it out. And a lot of people around, a lot of people on the beach. Pretty calm. The craziest part was up there on the road where, apologize for the wind on this, where they're blasting the music from that Trump float, and they are very obviously promoting Trump here. Originally billed as a protest for closing the beaches, and as you heard Brandon say earlier, the DNR did announce that at least the fishermen's parking lot here at Grand Haven State Park will open on May 22nd. State park campgrounds are not expected to open until a month later, on June 22nd. So it just give you a little view of what's going on here. I believe Brandon said there was going to be some sort of a flyover, maybe around 5 or so. A little bit later anyway. They are expecting some speakers. And we'll go back live later on. Right now we'll just give you a view of what it's like here at the beach right now. It's a minimal beach. So I'm curious, somebody was saying this isn't a biased report, and I'm curious what you mean by that. So far we are showing what's going on here. We gave the organizer a chance to talk, and we will be talking to other people and officials as they show up. When I can get away from this bright sun, I'll try to look at your comments so I can see if I can answer some of those questions. Oops, I think I was pointing down a little bit there. Again, this is Becky Vargo from the Grand Haven Tribune at Grand Haven State Park. Beautiful day at the beach. There's no parking down here, just so you know. If you want to come to the beach, you need to park away from the beach and walk down, or have somebody drop you off. A lot of traffic coming from the direction of town. Doesn't seem to be quite as much traffic coming from the south. But there is no parking at the state park, and the city lot is pretty full. Thank you for watching.